warmly welcome to Adarsh Educational Institution. It's my pleasure welcome you all to the online class. So today we see the new topic, that means a new unit, the unit 6 nuclear physics. So today we learn the topic for radioactivity and then properties of alpha, beta and then gamma rays. The humans are very much interested in knowing about atoms. All the things in around the world are made up of atoms. A Greek philosopher, Democritus, is in 400 BC believed that the matter is made up of tiny, indestructible units called atoms. Later, in 1803, that means 1803, the John Dalton considered that elements consist of atoms which are identical in nature. And then J.J. Thomson discovered cathode rays known as electrons experimentally, and then Goldstein discovered the positive rays which are named as protons. By Rutherford in 1932, James Chadwick discovered the chargeless particle called as neutrons. A large number of elementary particles like photons, mesons, positrons and the neutrino have been discovered. In 1911, the British scientist Ernest Rutherford explained that the mass of an atom is concentrated in its central part called as nucleus. You have already learned about the atomic structure in the earlier classes. So now today we discuss the radioactivity. What is meant by radioactivity? So first we find the discovery of radioactivity and the definitions and the natural radioactivity and then artificial, that means induced radioactivity, or as well as man-made radioactivity. So first we discuss discovery of radioactivity. In 1896, Henry Becquerel is a physics scientist. So discovered the uranium containing crystals emitted rays that could expose and fog photographic plates. He found that these rays originated from changes within the atomic nuclei of the uranium atoms. So he is the Anthony Henry Nucleus. And then he proposed that the uranium atoms were unstable. The emitted particles and or energy become more stable. So that means he finished the research for the week. He stored a certain amount of uranium compound away in a drawer for the weekend. By chance, an unexposed photographic plate was also stored in the same drawer. After a few weeks, that means he returned and notified that the film had been exposed to some radiations. He discovered that they could be reproduced. The effect whenever he placed uranium near a photographic film. Apparently, the uranium near a photographic film, the uranium radiates something that could affect a photographic plate. This phenomenon was called as a radioactivity. The uranium was identified to be a radioactive element. So, for his discovery of radioactivity, the Henry Becquerel was awarded Nobel Prize in 19 physics in 1903. After 2 years, in 1898, the Marie Curie and Pierre Curie discovered two elements, that means polonium and radium, which emitted high level of radioactivity. They shared the Nobel Prize in physics with Becquerel for discovering radioactivity. So, he detected the radioactivity in pitchblende, a tiny black substance. They were not surprised at a radioactivity of pitchblende, which is known as a ore of uranium. Later, they discovered the radiation was more intense from pure uranium. Also, it was found that the pitchblende has less concentration of uranium. They concluded some other substance are present in a pitchblende. After separating a new substance, they discovered that had unknown chemical properties and also emitted the radiation spontaneously like uranium. Spontaneous means naturally they can be emit the radiations. They named this new substance as radium. The radioactivity elements emit harmful radioactivity radiations. like alpha rays, beta rays, and then gamma rays. And the next one is the definition of radioactivity. The nucleus of some substance, the nucleus of some elements is unstable. Such nuclei undergo a nuclear decay, that means alpha decay gets converted into more stable nuclei. So nuclei after it undergoes a nuclear decay and get converted into more stable nuclei. During this nuclear reactions, the nuclei emit certain harmful radiations and elementary particles. The phenomenon of nuclear decay of certain elements, which is emission of radiations like alpha, beta, and then gamma rays, is called as radioactivity. And then elements which undergo the phenomenon is called as radioactive elements. The elements which undergoes this phenomenon is called as radioactive element. The next one is the natural radioactivity. The elements such as uranium and radium undergoes the radioactivity and emit the radiations on their own without human inventions. This phenomenon of spontaneous emission of radiation for certain elements on their own is called as natural radioactivity. They can be naturally, they can be emit the radiations. That means called as a natural radioactivity. So the elements whose atomic number is more than 83 undergo the spontaneous radioactivity. For example, uranium, radium, and etc. There are only two elements which have been identified as radioactive substance with atomic number less than 83. That means less than 83. That means they are technetium Tc. The atomic number is 43, and then promethium atomic number is 61. These are the two elements is the less than radioactivity element less than 83. There have been 29 radioactive substance discovered so far. Most of them rare earth metals and then transition metals. And next one is the artificial radioactivity. That means artificial or induced or as well as man-made. The phenomenon by which given light elements are made radioactive by artificial or induced method is called as artificial radioactivity or man-made radioactivity. The kind of radioactivity was discovered by Curie. That means Marie Curie and Juilliard in 1934. Artificial radioactivity is induced in certain lighter elements like boron, aluminum, etc. by bombarding them with radiations such as alpha particles emit during the natural radioactivity of elements. This also results in the emission of invisible radiations and elementary particles. During such a disintegration, the nucleus which undergoes disintegration is called as a parent nucleus, and that which can be produced after the disintegration is called as a daughter nuclei. So when element disintegrate, that means the nucleus undergoes the disintegration is called as a parent nucleus, and then they can be produced after a disintegration is called as a daughter nucleus. The particle which is used to induce the artificial disintegrations in terms of projectile. That means the disintegration is termed as projectile, and then particle which is produced after the disintegration termed as a ejected particle. So when a artificial disintegration is termed as, that means induced disintegration in terms of projectile. The particle which is used to induce the artificial disintegration termed as projectile, and then the particle which is produced after the disintegration termed as ejected particle. When the projectile hits the parent nucleus, is converted to an unstable nucleus, which is termed as decays, spontaneously emitted the daughter nucleus along with an ejected particle. The next one is the comparison between natural and artificial radioactivity. First one is the emission of radiation due to self disintegration of the nucleus. They can be naturally, they can be disintegrated, the nucleus. But the artificial is the emission of radiation due to disintegration of a nucleus through induced process. They can be induced the particles. And the next one is the alpha, beta, and gamma radiations are emitted. So the naturally they can be alpha, beta, and gamma radiations are emitted. But artificial radioactivity, mostly elementary particles such as neutron, positron, and then mesons, that means etc., or can be emitted the particles. And the next one is that it is a spontaneous process. They can be naturally emit the radiations, but artificial is an induced process. So they can be induced the particle, they can be emit the radiations. And then next one is the fourth one, exhibited by the elements with atomic number more than 83. The natural radioactivity elements mostly they can be more than 83, the atomic number is more than 83, but the artificial exhibits the elements with atomic number less than 83. So and the next one is then they cannot be controlled. The natural radioactivity they cannot be controlled, but artificial radioactivity they can be controlled the particles. And the next one, unit of radioactivity, they given a 4 unit of radioactivity. One is the Curie, Rutherford, Becquerel, and the Roentgen. So first one, Curie. It is a traditional Curie is a traditional unit of radioactivity. It is defined as the quantity of radioactivity substance which undergoes 3.7 into 10 to the power of 10 disintegration in 1 second. So the radioactive substance which undergoes 3.7 into 10 to the power of 10 disintegration in 1 second. This is actually close to the activity of 1 gram of radium, that means 226. The 1 Curie is equal to 3.7 into 10 to the power of 10 disintegrations per second. And next one is a Rutherford. Is another unit of radioactivity. It is defined as the quantity of radioactive substance which produce 10 to the power of 6 disintegration in 1 second. So that means 1 Rutherford is equal to 10 to the power of 6 disintegration per seconds. So the quantity of radioactivity substance which produce 10 to the power of 6 disintegration in 1 second. So 1 Rutherford is equal to 10 to the power of 6 disintegration per seconds. And next one is the Becquerel. It is a SI unit of it's one of the SI unit of radioactivity in Becquerel. So it's defined as the quantity of one disintegration per seconds. So the quantity of one disintegration per seconds. And this one is the SI unit of radioactivity. And next one is the Roentgen. So it is the radiation's exposure of gamma and then X-rays. Is measured by the other unit called as Roentgen. The 1 Roentgen is defined as the quantity of radioactive substance which produce a charge 2.58 into 10 to the power of minus 4 coulomb in 1 kilogram of air under standard condition and temperature, pressure, and humidity. So the quantity of radioactive substance which produce a charge 2.58 into 10 to the power of minus 4 coulomb in 1 kg of air, that means 1 kilogram of air under standard conditions of pressure, temperature, and humidity. And next one is the alpha, beta, and gamma rays. Alpha, beta, and then gamma rays. So next one, we discuss the alpha, beta, and gamma rays. When a radioactive nucleus undergoes the radioactivity, it emits harmful radiation. These radiations are usually comprised of any of the 3 types of particles such as alpha, beta, and gamma rays. The uranium named after the planet of Uranus was discovered by Martin Klaproth, a German chemist. He is a German chemist in a mineral called as pitchblende. So first, if you identify the uranium in pitchblende, that is called who's the discover? Martin Klaproth. And the next one, the properties of alpha, beta, and gamma rays. So these are the 3 particles possess certain similarities and dissimilarities in their properties. So first ones, what are the alpha and then beta and then gamma rays? The alpha rays means the helium nucleus, that is helium. It consisting of 2 protons and 2 neutrons. The helium nucleus consisting of 2 protons and then 2 neutrons. And then beta rays, there are electrons, basically elementary particle in all atoms. The gamma rays, that means that are electromagnetic waves consisting of photons. And the next one is the charges. So the alpha rays charges, the positively charged particles, the charge of each alpha particle equal to plus 2 electrons. Next one is a beta rays, negatively charged particles. The charge it has negative charge particles. The charge of each beta particle is negative electrons. That means negative electrons. That means beta. And the next one is a gamma rays. The natural particles, neutral particles. The charge of each gamma particle is equal to 0. The neutral, that means a neutral, it does not deflect the minus or positive. So that means equal to 0. So the neutral particles, the charge of each gamma particles is equal to 0. And the ionizing power of alpha rays. So the 100 times greater than the beta rays, and then 10,000 times is greater than the gamma rays. The ionizing power of alpha 100 times greater than the beta rays, and then 10,000 times greater than the gamma rays. The ionizing power of beta rays comparatively low, and then ionizing power of gamma rays is very less ionization power, the very less ionization power. And then penetrating power of alpha rays. The penetrating power of alpha rays is low penetrating power, even a stop a thick paper. So if you stop a thick paper to alpha rays does not enter disintegrate, that means does not enter the penetrate the thick papers. But beta rays, the penetrating power of beta rays is power of greater than the alpha rays. They can penetrate through the thin metal foil. They can be penetrate through the thin metal foil. But the gamma rays is a mostly high penetrating power. So they have a very high penetrating power greater than the beta rays. They can be penetrated through the thick metal block. So he stopped the gamma rays. He should to make a thick wall, that means a 1 meter walls or a lead walls, so to stop the gamma radiations. And the next one is the effect of electric and magnetic field of alpha rays. So reflected by both fields in accordance with Fleming's left hand rule. And then beta rays reflect by both fields, but directions of deflection in opposite to that of for alpha rays. So deflect both fields. So both fields, but the direction of deflection is opposite to that for alpha rays in Fleming's with left hand rules. And but electric and magnetic fields, they are not deflect by both fields. So the gamma rays, they are not deflect by both the fields. And then speed of the alpha rays. Their speed range from 1 by 10th to 1 by 20th time the speed of light. 1 by 10th or 1 by 20th time of speed of light. And then beta rays, the speed can go up to 9 by 10th speed of light. So 9 times by the 10th speed of the light. But the gamma rays, it can be travel with the speed of light. The gamma rays travel with the speed of light. And the next one is the Shoddy and then Forgen displacement law, radiative displacement law. In 1913, the Shoddy and Forgen framed the displacement law governing the daughter nucleus producing during a alpha beta decay. When a radioactive elements emit an alpha particle, a daughter nucleus is formed whose mass number is less by 4 units and the atomic number is less by 2 units. Then the mass number and the atomic number of the parent nucleus. The mass number and then atomic number of the parent nucleus. When a radioactive elements emit alpha particle, a daughter nucleus is formed whose mass number is less by 4 units and then atomic number is less by 2 units than the mass number and then atomic number of the parent nucleus. And the next one, when a radioactive elements emits the beta particle, the daughter nucleus is formed whose mass number is same and then atomic number is more than 1 unit than the atomic number of the parent nucleus.